Hey guys, this is Chris from Ohio Patriot Pressure Washing. So I am a brand new business. I just started off at the end of April after losing my job in March. So floundered around for a couple months, putting in applications and then not getting anything back. A little bit of desperation. I stumbled across this and thought it was a good idea, hopefully to make some money. And turns out I kind of like it. So this is my budget setup here, and I know it's probably a little bit more from what I've seen other guys start off with, but I was fortunate enough. But here we go. So the trailer, we actually are borrowing it from a friend. They actually said we could use it as long as I need it, but eventually I do need to get my own trailer, and also a little bit bigger one. As you can see, I've already pretty much outgrown this trailer. Don't have a lot of floor space. If I need to take a ladder, I'm going to be hard pressed to find space on there to put the ladder, but that'll come, eventually, little by little, just reinvesting into the business. So this is what I started off with here. So it's a DeWalt 4400 PSI 4 gallon a minute machine. I picked it up from Home Depot. I think they were like $8.99. And being a veteran, you get the veterans discount at Home Depot. So I think I ended up paying $8.09 for this, which is actually pretty good. I see the Simpson machines going a little bit more, but I've been really pleased with this machine so far. And I do have it not only locked to the trailer, to the cross beam, but of course you got the ratchet strap to tie it down, and it's not going anywhere. That thing's pretty secure. I flipped the handle around though to allow room for my soft wash system, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So the DeWalt pressure washer, I've got it plumbed actually into a garden reel. Now I don't have the money obviously to go out and buy these expensive reels yet. Again, I'm just getting started. So I'm doing what's best for me. I picked these up at Menards. I got 2 of them. This is the water supply for the pressure washer. And then that reel over there has the hose for my soft wash system. So there's those reels. I've got 2, actually they're Harbor Freight air hose reels that hold 100 feet each. I don't have them plugged in, I'm not plumbing them in yet. I kind of like right now the idea, I've got 100 feet of line on each one. I can pull off what I need, connect it to the pressure washer and go. So I kind of like that idea. Who knows, maybe it'll change once I get a permanent trailer and get that all set up. I mean, definitely, changes are down the road, and this whole setup is eventually going to change. But, as money comes in, I had to purchase the pressure washer just with my first unemployment check. So, again, taking that money and reinvesting into the business. So, as far as my soft wash system, like I said, that's the hose for the system, and I actually have it plumbed in, and you can see I've got the line, the black hose coming down, and it actually runs into a Kohler Flow 5 gallon a minute pump, and that is plumbed with the poly braid line into 2 55 gallon tanks. Luckily I had these sitting for a couple years, so I just emptied them out real well, washed them out real well. I have this tank that has my sauce in it, so that's my SH and the surfactant, and then that has my fresh water. And you can see I've got it plumbed in on the top. Now before you guys say anything, yes, I know there should be check valves on it. I have a hard time locally finding some of those supplies, so I had to order them. They're on the way, but I needed it to be up and operational right now. I don't want to cross-contaminate, so I'm trying to be very careful with it. But those are just lines going straight into the tanks. I haven't had any problem pulling water, at least water yet from it. I did use the SH tank the other day on a house, and it worked well. It worked very well. Back to the line. So I've got 100 feet of just regular contractor garden hose, which I'm not real happy with. I got it from Lowe's. It was in the clearance section. Now I know why it was in the clearance section. I don't think it'll last long. Once it does, I'll get some better hose for that. And you can see I have my wand, a homemade wand attached to it. I've seen this set up on a lot of guys on YouTube. It works well. I can definitely shoot up to a second story of a home with that little 5 gallon per minute pump. When that pump burns out, I actually plan on getting probably a 7 gallon a minute. You know, with these tanks, I don't want to deplete the water too fast. I know I can fill up at a customer's house, but I want to get in and get out and not have to worry too much about it. If I have another job right after that, then I'll fill it. But you know, I'll cross those bridges when I get to it. I have a 5 gallon bucket from Lowe's, and I made the little drop stick to go in it, with a little angle, or sorry, an elbow on the end, so I can plug that into my pressure washer when I need it. Just fill it up with bleach, connect it, and go. I think the draw on my downstream injector is like 4-to-1, if I'm not mistaken. So that's perfect for what I need it for. I'm actually going to be using that today to do a neighbor's sidewalk apron, front approach, and his landscape pavers. So we're just trading labor for labor. He's a drywaller, and he's going to fix a hole in my ceiling in the living room from where we had a roof leak, or not a roof leak, I'm sorry, a plumbing leak in our bathroom. So, you know, labor for labor, always good to help out a fellow buddy, and they see your work and then you can recommend them. So I don't mind that. I enjoy that. Of course, I have all my pump sprayer. I have at least 1 gallon of bleach on here, and I do have, I think, another 10-11 gallons. I got to throw some more on there. I have my surfactant, which right now I'm just using Gain laundry detergent. I love the smell of Gain. It's actually what we use anyway. And laundry detergent works with chlorine. So I know people freak out, especially when you say, you know, you're using Dawn dish soap, and I get it. You know, some people say you know, it causes a deadly gas. And yeah, I know there's 2 types of Dawn. If it has the ammonia in it, yeah, it's going to cause that gas when you mix it with bleach. So not only that, this rinse is a lot easier. So that is my surfactant. Of course, I got my gas can. I do keep a bucket that has fresh water in it. So if I'm using my pressure washer and a downstream injector, I can pop my downstream injector off and I can throw it in there and let that soak. You know, hopefully I'm trying to extend this equipment as long as I can, and do what I can with what I got right now. I do have a little foam cannon in there. My wand for the pressure washer sits back in there. I did build this little box for the 55 gallon drums. They wouldn't sit flat on the trailer, and I needed a more stable base. So again, just scrap what I had around, made a nice little box to make it nice and tight so they fit in there real well, and then just have it ratchet strapped down. Very secure. It'll shake the trailer before the barrels move, so I'm pretty confident with that. Then on the front here, I've got this, it was a Stanley job site box that I've had for years. I haven't used it in a long time, and it was actually sitting out on the side of the house. That's why you can see the latches are a little bit rusted, but you know, I'm not worried about that. You know, for me, it was about getting up and going with as little money as possible. So I've accomplished that. It is bolted to the trailer, as with a lot of the other stuff. Actually, pretty much everything, you know, all the equipment, the reels and all that stuff is all bolted or locked to the trailer, so hopefully it won't go anywhere. But in here I keep some spare hose. I've got one of my surface cleaners. I do have another one over in the garage. They're both small, and eventually I will upgrade them. That's probably going to be my next purchase as money comes in, to actually get a nicer surface cleaner, a bigger one also. I do have my respirator. That was given to me at an old job, and I never used it, but now I am. So thank you for the free respirator. I do have a bag that has safety glasses in it. Again, you know, you don't want that bleach or SH getting in your eyes. My little tray here that has odds and ends in it. You can see I have a spray gun there. I tried that out and I wasn't getting the distance that I was with the wand. So I do keep that on here just in case, you know, the wand breaks, you know, at least I'll be able to use that. I do have extra fittings, some Teflon tape, some pipe dope, J-rod, a shooter nozzle, and of course the little red and blue nozzles for the second story washing. I've used them with no problems. I know some people complain about them, but you know, work with what you got. Do have hearing protection. Those are Bluetooth, so I can actually hear if the phone rings, or I can even listen to music while I'm working. I do have some chemical gloves, some just regular work gloves, mechanics wear. Repair kit for O-rings, and I do have a kit in here for washers for the hoses, garden hoses, you know, if they fail. So a couple other things, little odds and ends in there. You know, kind of a little wrench if I need to change out some fittings. And I do have some spare garden hose in there just in case. So that's the box. I can lock that down here and here, sorry, here with just a lock, and I double lock it just in case. Then over here I have my extension pole. I've actually used these quite a bit for some of the houses in the beginning. Hopefully I won't need to use it too much, but you know, if I get that one little extra third floor house that I might need it, you know, I can put my tip on there, use the pressure washer, and shoot that distance pretty easy. This is also where I'm thinking of putting the ladder if I need to take the ladder with me. So that's my setup, guys. Again, just getting started off, so you know, go easy on me. You know, if you guys see anything that, you know, you think I should upgrade, or any tips or tricks, you know, it's greatly appreciated. Like I said, I'm just getting started out. Had a handful of jobs already, so I'm liking it. I do like owning my own business. I've got some shirts on the way. Had a friend donate some business cards and some graphic signs, and those are coming, that are going to go on my vehicle here. So I'm going to have the Patriot pressure washing logo on the back windows here, so that'll be nice. But that's the setup, guys. Again, any comments, tips, tricks, you know, I appreciate all comments, you know, good or bad. You know, I know some guys will say, well, you don't have this, you don't have this, you know, and I get it, guys. I'm just starting off. So again, anything, any advice, greatly appreciated. Talk to you soon.